Good morning, my witches and warlocks. Sick and tired here. Today, I've got something a little different than what I usually do. So, I was scrolling through Twitter, as I normally do, for our crazy Twitter videos, and was wondering, what am I doing with my life as one who frequently scrolls through Twitter does? When I came across something that really bothered me, and I felt like I needed to talk about it. Now, I am in no way, shape, or form a journalist, so this video isn't going to sound professional. It's going to be pretty clunky, and it's kind of just going to be my thoughts on the subject. I had come across this post right here from Glove, Korean men buying real dolls in the shape of children. And here we have some of the pictures of the dolls that are shaped like children. And they are all dolls. I just want you to know that. They are not actual kids. They are dolls. She looks like she's about maybe 8 or 9. Then you have this little girl here. I don't know, maybe 11, 12. This little girl here, maybe about 12. And then we have these ones here that don't even try to hide what they are. We have a mini sex doll, Celeste. Then we have mini sex doll, Zahara, and mini sex doll, Willona. Yes, that's right. These are dolls for adults. They are sex dolls. Let's call it exactly what it is. Let's not mince words. Let's call it out. These are child sex dolls for adults. I was so disgusted when I read this that I had to figure out what was going on. Well, who makes these dolls? Who's the person that makes these? I mean, you know what you're making them for, and yet you're making them still. Why is something like this even allowed to be made? So what I can assume is this next post is something that has been found and pulled from the website of one of the places where you can buy one of these dolls. Many people are looking for realistic mini sex dolls. Real Dolls Hub provides you with the most popular and newest small anime sex doll and flat-chested mini sex dolls on the market. Most of them are about 140 centimeters, which is 4'10" for my fellow American witches and warlocks, and about 25 kilograms, which is only 60% of the weight of other dolls. These petite sex dolls are made of soft medical grade TPE or silicone materials. You can choose different hair colors, skin colors, and some upgrade functions such as heating and sound. Moreover, these mini anime sex dolls also have a variety of expressions: smile, tongue out, orgasm faced, whatever you'd like. Many doll lovers like to dress her up with cute school uniforms, maid outfits, or even sexy nurse outfits. It looks cute and sexy. They are very easy to take care of. You can think of her as your sister or your daughter. It will be so much fun. If you are free, you can play role-playing games with her or take her out to the beach, or traveling by car is also a good choice. Although they are petite, you can customize them to hot curvy figures or small flat chests. Petite sex dolls are light in weight, small in size, and inexpensive. It is very convenient whether you moved it or stored it. It is the best choice for new sex doll players. The point is that they are completely legal. Just take her home and enjoy your pleasant time. As disgusting as that is, he's right. These are legal. Or rather, they were legal from what I have found. They were legal in South Korea. So then we have this article here from 2018. Bill proposed to ban import and sale of child sex dolls. A group of lawmakers have proposed a bill to ban the import and sale of child sex dolls. 11 members of the National Assembly, led by Representative Jong In-hwa, and I'm so sorry if I'm not saying that right, of the minor opposition party for democracy and peace, proposed a bill last week to ban the import and sale of child sex dolls. The bill also aims to prohibit the transport and possession of such items. The move came a week after more than 200,000 people signed a petition against the import of life-size sex dolls following the Supreme Court's controversial ruling in late June to uphold a lower court's decision to allow such dolls into Korea. Although the court's decision for the people's rights to self-determination in sexual matters should be respected, there should also be protection for children, Jong said in a statement. Children should not be sexually objectified. The bill defines child sex dolls as toys, dolls, or other items made for sexual pleasure, which can clearly be perceived as a child. While there had been no law explicitly banning the import of sex dolls, they were being seized by customs officials, citing a clause in legislation banning goods which harmed South Korea's traditions and public morals. So from what I can gather, the sex dolls, whether they were children, adult, whatever, were allowed. Then they banned being able to import them. Like, so basically you can't take them with you, right? And now it seems like there's an actual ban on making them, but still we don't know who makes them. We don't know where they come from. And from the pictures, people are still getting their hands on them, which made me think, why is this a thing in the first place? Why is it so prevalent? So I ended up falling down the rabbit hole, and it just made me wonder. I've never really looked at statistics. I always hear about them all the time on Twitter, but now I really wanted to see it for myself. What are the statistics? Starting in South Korea, let's start there, of violence against women and in particular children. And one thing that I wanted to point out is I can't find anything new. I went to Google here and I found this article, The Concept of Rape in South Korea, in which this right here really caught my attention. Sexualized abuse in South Korea, a normalized violence. At the end of January, the South Korean Minister of Gender and Family announced his intention to revise the legal definition of rape to include non-consensual sexual relations. A few hours later, however, the Minister of Justice rejected this idea. This decision comes, although sexist violence is a widespread phenomenon in South Korea. In 2019, the Korean Women's Hotline, a Korean feminist association, estimated that a woman was killed 1.8 days in South Korea and that 98% of homicide victims were women, one of the highest rates in the world. Nearly 80% of respondents admitted to having used violence against their partner. The study, based on responses from 2,000 South Korean men, found that 1,593 of them, or 79.7%, had physically or psychologically abused a partner during a relationship. However, convictions remain low because very few victims come forward. Shame, stigma, or even a lack of justice leads victims not to report, or to do so only rarely, which is very disheartening. So, sexual assault rate South Korea 2008 to 2022. In 2022, the rate of sexual assault in South Korea was 80.5 crimes per 100,000 people. It was an increase compared to the previous year. Arrests for sexual assault in South Korea from 2013 to 2022. In 2022, the number of sexual assaults arrests in South Korea amounted to around 21.2 thousand cases, showing an increase from the previous 2 years. The figures have been fluctuating in the past few years. Global estimates: women and girls in all regions are affected by gender-based killings. While Asia is the region with the largest absolute number of killings, Africa is the region with the highest level of violence relative to the size of its female population. 46,000 women worldwide. That's insane. 47,000 women in the year of 2020. One woman or girl is killed by someone in her own family every 11 minutes. Again, worldwide. So we're going to be switching over to the US here, and I've got some more statistics for you regarding sexual abuse against children. I wish I could find more for South Korea, but I just can't find anything else. But based on what we could see from those pictures, what we can see from the little bit of report that I got from there, it's a problem in South Korea as well. From 2009 to 2013, Child Protective Services agencies substantiated or found strong evidence to indicate that 63,000 children a year were victims of sexual abuse. A majority of child victims are 12 to 17. Of victims under the age of 18, 34% of victims of sexual assault and rape are under age 12, and 66% of victims of sexual assault and rape are aged 12 to 17. 1 in 9 girls and 1 in 20 boys under the age of 18 experience sexual abuse or assault. 82% of all victims under 18 are female. Females ages 16 to 19 are 4 times more likely than the general population to be victims of rape, attempted rape, or sexual assault. And I do want to just point out that boys being sexually assaulted is just as serious as girls. I know we always kind of fall to, it's just girls that are getting raped. It's just, but that's not the case. I mean, we can see it right here in black and white that sexual abuse against children as a whole is very high, it's bad, and it seems to be on the rise. In 88% of all sexual abuse claims that CPS substantiates or finds supporting evidence of, the perpetrator is male. In 9% of cases, they are female, and 3% are unknown. That number right there, though, that blew my mind. I can't believe the difference between those two numbers. That is like it's just a punch in the gut. 1 in 5 girls and 1 in 20 boys is a victim of child sexual abuse. Self-report studies show that 20% of adult females, and 5 to 10% of adult males recall a childhood sexual assault or sexual abuse incident. During a 1-year period in the US, 16% of youth ages 14 to 17 had been sexually victimized. Over the course of their lifetime, 28% of US youth ages 14 to 17 had been sexually victimized. Children are the most vulnerable to CSA between the ages of 7 and 13. According to a 2003 National Institute of Justice report, 3 out of 4 adolescents who have been sexually assaulted were victimized by someone they knew well. A study conducted in 1986 found that 63% of women who had suffered sexual abuse by a family member also reported a rape or attempted rape after the age of 14. Recent studies in 2000, 2002, and 2005 have all concluded similar results. So now we are going to be jumping to the rape of adult women and the abuse of adult women in the United States. Intimate partner violence is common worldwide, with 1 in 3 women reporting experiences of violence, including physical, sexual, or psychological abuse by a partner in their lifetime, they explain. Did you hear what I just said? Did you hear what I just said? 1 in 3 women worldwide. So that's what? 8 point something billion people. 1 in 3 women have reported being abused, whether physically or sexually, by their partners. We have a serious fucking problem. Homicide is the leading cause of death in pregnant women in the United States. Women in the US are more likely to be murdered during pregnancy or soon after childbirth. Include statistics that reflect the most recent research concerning domestic violence, pregnancy, and reproductive health care. Domestic violence kills more pregnant women each year than any other cause. Nearly 20% of women experience violence during pregnancy, with pregnant adolescents and women with unintended pregnancies at an increased risk. So the number one cause of death, which I hate saying it like that because I know it's death, but it's murder. Murder is the number one reason that pregnant women lose their lives. Murder. And it's usually at the hands of the man that got her pregnant. So I thought that I would just throw this in for good measure. In all of 2023, there were 4 fatal bear attacks. Oh man. So in 1 year, there was only 4 fatal bear attacks. And in 1 year, there was 47,000 women and girls that were killed by intimate partners or other family members. That means on average, a woman or girl is killed by someone in her own family every 11 minutes. Obviously, I'm just trying to lighten the mood, although that wasn't very light. So just kind of in closing, I just want to say, what do we do? You might be asking that. What do we do? I don't know. In all honesty, as sad as that answer makes me, I don't know. I feel like if we had the answer, we would have done it by now. I don't know what to do about the abuse, the sexual abuse that happens to children. I really don't know what to do. I guess the best thing is for us to just support our agencies that take care of abused children. And if you know something is happening, maybe say something. If you have any idea that maybe something's going on in someone's family where there is sexual abuse against a child, say something. I personally am a victim of childhood sexual abuse. I know at least 3 people right now off the top of my head that I can say that were also abused as children. I know a lot. And I shouldn't. We shouldn't. That shouldn't be the norm. Say something if you think something's wrong. And always remember to just really make sure that you know where your kids are going, that you keep an eye on them, and that you know the people there. I think that's probably the best advice I can give to those of us that are kind of just everyday people, right? Is to really keep our kids close and know where they're going, know what they're doing, and let them know that this kind of stuff is not okay, and just really try to protect them. Because guys, at this point, I don't fucking know anymore. So thank you so much for watching. If this is a style of a video that you'd like me to do more maybe, and a little bit more serious and just kind of one topic, let me know in the comments if you like it. I can continue to do it. Again, it's not something that I really thought of doing. I just happened to do it because I stumbled across that tweet and it just really stuck with me. I couldn't let it go. I had to talk about it. Again, if you want to go check out the original tweet, it is Glove on Twitter. It's really disturbing and I don't really know what the answer is. Like I said, sorry, I can't be more helpful, but at least we can maybe try to get the word out more, right? So until next time, my witches and warlocks, please be safe, please be well. And as I always say, keep your magic strong. It is way stronger than you think it is, trust me.